don't know if you are all familiar or not with Padlet. So this is something that we have introduced and we find it very useful, and hopefully you will too. You will get a link, and then this link will take you to this page, which is the Padlet. And Padlet contains all the information that you require in terms of your placement. So as you can see in the screen, basically that Stacey is sharing, there is student information with your handbook, is the first thing there. Please remember about your uniform, coming on time, things like that. You'll find it there. And there's also our telephone numbers and the emails to contact us in case if you need anything. Next is the pre and post placement questionnaire. Please complete it if it is possible before, obviously, the placement, and then as soon as we have finished, so that we can get the feedback and we can improve our placement. The next bit here is the timetable. So we thought that we'll have a look at the timetable, if that's okay with you guys, so that you know what to expect and we can have a little look. So the addresses are also there, and also your room numbers, just so you see. So on the Monday is all in university, and we are going to be focusing on pharmacy first, because this is something that we want you to get the idea that is introduced in primary care and community, and then you get familiar with it. And after that, we'll have a session about health inequalities and something that we're going to be doing new, which is a connectors presentation. So we'll go into that in a minute. Then we're going to have the community days. In Padlet, later on, you will see where you have been allocated and the addresses. We'll go into it in a little bit later. Then there is some time for e-learning as well that you will find in Padlet, and it's going to be added later on. Then on Wednesday, there is the GP day. So some of you are going to go to an insight into GP land, and then the other part of the cohort will go to a pharmacy online. So this is a pharmacy day where a pharmacist is going to be telling you all about the systems that we use in primary care. It's going to do some medication review and some main conditions that we see in primary care. She'll go through it. There is also in Padlet what you can be expecting of that day. Then we're going to move into a community. This is Thursday. So again, it's what we did last year in terms of talking to the public and checking blood pressures, pulses, talking about their mental health, all of these things. And we'll explain you later about the cohort thing. Don't worry about it, because it will say half of you are doing a poster, half of you are doing the connectors. Don't worry, we'll talk about it in a little bit later on. And then Friday is in university. There'll be a student poster presentation. We are going to talk about it, like I say, in a minute. And then there's some case studies that you will do with the supervisor about deep prescribing, polypharmacy, things like that. And then that will be it. That's the whole week, more or less sorted. So, like I said, oh yeah, let's do that. Underneath, like Stacey's showing, is the GP and insight allocation. So if you go in there, you will see your name, where you're going, what is the address, and who will be your supervisor. If we really appreciate that Lincolnshire is big, you may not live close by, or you might have problems getting there. So there is not a problem for you swapping with your colleagues as long as you let us know. Because obviously we are expecting you there. Your supervisor will be expecting you there, and if you don't come, it will be non-attendant. Yeah, so you need to let us know. That Stacey is showing is the agenda for the cohort that are not going to the GP Insight Day. Okay, so this is the agenda that is for an online day with Joy. Joy is a pharmacist, and she will be providing the lecture, so to say, there that is being explained, and it's about the role of the clinical pharmacist, and like I said, conditions that we see, medication review, what systems we use, etc. So this time we are doing a little bit of a different thing. So on one of the community days, they will be, apart from our normal community days where we talk to people and do the head checks and things like that, there is a connectors day. So there is a video about the connectors day that will be put in Padlet. And the connectors day, which I appreciate that you might not know, or you will probably not know, is we want to deliver some training for people that are regularly attending these community events to understand what is about the health checks and the importance of it, screening for populations, things like that. And we want to train them so that people understand why is it important, and then they can spread kind of the word and let other people know why this is important. So there will be a video that will be played, and the person attending there are called the connectors, because these are people that connects with our communities, and they are the people that we are training. So as you can see there, Stacy is putting there the community and connectors, and we want you to watch that video. It will be put there, and then we want you to be able to answer the questions and answers that the connectors may have after watching the video. And we will also like you to create a like a quiz for them to make sure that people have understood basically the knowledge in the video. So I know it's a little bit complicated to maybe understand and get your head around it, but please don't panic. It is basically them listening, the connectors listening to this video, and then you having enough knowledge to be able to answer questions and create a mini quiz for them. So half of the cohort will do that, okay? So half of the cohort is going to stay with the connectors and do the video and the questionnaires for them. The other half of the cohort will go home and will prepare a poster. So the poster information is there on the Padlet, and this is what Stacy is now opening so you can have a quick look. So we want the other half of the cohort to create a poster for the public, informing them, or the requirement is they need to know what is Pharmacy Fest, what the eligible conditions of it. We want them to know how to access it, and we want them to know what to expect from Pharmacy Fest. Bear in mind that on Monday, you have got a lesson about Pharmacy Fest. So you will have the knowledge to create this poster that we would like to then probably exhibit when we go to some of these community events to ensure that people understand what is Pharmacy Fest and how can they, access it. So therefore, increasing the amount of people that are going to the pharmacy for these conditions. So the specifications are there, and there's also your learning objectives and how to do it. Okay, so you will find who is being allocated to what areas, and who is going to be doing the connectors, and who is going to be doing the posters. Hopefully you are getting the idea.
Yeah, we appreciate that. It's a lot of information in one go. So I will email out the Padlet link for you all to access today. And sorry, I didn't share the community events and where you're going. It's just because it's got everybody's names on there, and it's going to get sent out. So, but you'll see in the community connectors events and in the insight days as to who's going where, and it's pretty clear. So you'll see on one of them it'll say that you're at Pinchbeck, for instance, they're 10 till 4. So if you're on that list that you're there till 4 o'clock, then you're expected to stay and do the Q&A with the connectors. And obviously prior to going, you need to watch that video and generate your questions before, and think of questions that they potentially might ask whilst you're there. And then the other half of the cohort are to go home straight after their community venue because they're going somewhere else, and then they'll go and prepare the poster for Pharmacy First. Does that make any more sense to anybody? If anybody's got anything else they want to add. Sandra, sorry, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something, which is the poster can create it in a group, okay? If you want to work in a group, that is not a problem. you can create a poster between 2 or 3 persons, so that maybe it's a little bit easier to work together rather than alone. It's up to you. It doesn't make a difference to us as long as you let us know that you're doing it together.
Does anybody have any questions at all? Appreciate maybe some people have just joined, so it's all a bit confusing maybe. But we're happy to stay on a bit longer if anybody's got anything else they want to ask.
Yeah.
Obviously on Monday, myself, I'll be there with my colleague Matt, who's going to be doing the Pharmacy First presentation with you. So if there's any questions on Monday, we'll go over everything very quickly. But hopefully when you receive the link for Padlet, it'll all make a bit more sense to you. And hopefully we've not bombarded you with too much information.
Yeah, we like Stacey said, we understand that it's a little bit too much, and it's a new system as well of working with Padlet. But hopefully Padlet is pretty self-explanatory. It's very intuitive, so you are I don't think you'll have any problems with that. I think the more issues could be probably the locations, but we say that you can swap if you want to. So yeah, let us know if you have got any questions. No, everybody's happy with everything that we have said.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Brilliant.
thanks ever so much to everybody for joining the call. I'll send you the link for Padlet with all the information in the next sort of half an hour or so. And feel free to email me if you have got any questions or wishing to swap or anything. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. Best of
Okay.
luck next week.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.